actually a pleasure to meet you. I have to congratulate you on the film.
Thanks.
I loved it. I thought it was a lot of fun.
Thank you. I love the way you say film.
Film.
I love that. It's great.
Well, you've obviously starred in a lot of very big movies. This is the first big family film you've done in a while.
Yeah.
Being a family man yourself now, is that something that maybe made you be more drawn to this film?
Probably. I was actually, when I was reading it for the first time, I was reading to my 10-year-old son, who's 10, and because I was kind of intrigued as to whether he'd be interested in it from just a story point of view, without the visuals of the robots. And he made me read it to him every night for 10 nights in a row. Like, he loved it, and I loved it too. I found myself cheering and, you know, for those robots and caring for the robots and that father-son relationship. And now to see it fully done with all of that massive Hollywood, the incredible special effects, but it still maintains that heart that I fell in love with.
And is it challenging for you to make an action film that all the family can see?
Very much. It's the hardest thing to make in Hollywood, is a film that will appeal to everybody, because very different now. I mean, we don't sit down as a family generally on Sunday nights and watch the Ed Sullivan Show or whatever. You know, it's people, this shows are more targeted for particular audiences, more and more.
Right.
So it's either a young kids movie or whatever. So it's difficult to make those big movies, and I think Shawn's done a just great job with it, and it's a great joy to be in on.
Dakota, who plays your son Max, I think he's fantastic in the role.
Isn't he amazing?
He is, and the chemistry between the pair of you is very natural. Did you guys get much time to bond off camera and get to know each other?
We were with each other every day for 3 months, basically. We were hanging out together. I taught him how to play cricket. I kept saying to Shawn, I'm like, I know it's going to happen one day, but he hasn't even annoyed me once. Really? You know, and I have an 11-year-old kid, and most days at some point he's annoying. It's their job when you're 11 to be a little bit annoying, but
he's got a bright future ahead of him, do you think?
Huge. I think this is going to be the beginning of a great career for him.
Yeah. In terms of the physicality of your role, obviously you're in great shape. But while you're not necessarily in the ring fighting the robots yourself, you do kind of have to move and throw a punch like you've been doing it your whole life.
Right.
How did you prepare for that?
Luckily I'd been training at a boxing kind of gym for 4 or 5 years. I have been doing it as a way to keep fit for a long time. But then I had Sugar Ray Leonard come in and sort of tune me up, because he was like, you're okay, but not great. No, you've got to be great. So he really kind of taught me those moves.
Yeah. And you're definitely not an actor who plays it safe with your career. I mean, you always mix it up between the musical theatre and then the movies, which not a lot of actors at your level do. What is it that keeps bringing you back to the stage all the time? The stage is where I began, and if I gave you my top 10 moments as an actor, all of them are on stage. There's something so great about that immediacy, but ultimately my choices probably stem from a fear of unemployment. You know, it's just about spreading the risk. So if I can do things, I'm kidding, a little bit. But that's when I began. I was like, in Australia, there's like 11 movies made every year, so you can't say I'm going to be a movie actor. You go to movies, TV, theatre, singing, everything, you know, and that's where I grew up. And in terms of talking about your musical experience, I don't think anyone will ever top an Oscar opening performance like yours.
Thank you so much, thank you.
I believe Eddie Murphy's going to take it on the job next.
Yeah.
If he was to ask you for any advice, what would you say?
The best advice I got for the Oscars was from Steve Martin. And Steve, I rang him up and I ran through a few of the jokes I had, and he sort of, because I'm not a comedian, he was great, he gave me some advice, and I said, in general, what could you say? And he said, for the first 45 minutes of the Oscars, it's the best audience you'll ever have, because all of them are looking up going, thank God it's not me, and they'll just be there for you. From 45 minutes on, for the next 3 hours, there's more losers than winners out there, and just move really fast. Like a train, just get to the end as fast as you can.
But you enjoyed it though.
I loved it.
Yeah. Well, Hugh Jackman, it was a pleasure to meet you.
Lovely to meet you too.
Thank you so much for your time.